More rewards, more savings. With American Express Business Gold, earn up to $395 back in annual statement credits on eligible purchases at select shipping, food delivery, and retail subscription merchants, including the $155 Walmart Plus monthly membership credit and $240 flexible business credit. Enjoy the benefits of membership with the Amex Business Gold Card. Terms apply. Learn more at americanexpress.com/business-gold. Amex Business Gold Card. Built for business by American Express.
Are negative Google reviews hurting your business? Don't let unfair feedback cost you customers. At Webamax, we specialize in removing false, misleading, and damaging reviews so your online reputation stays strong. Our expert team works quickly and legally to clean up your digital presence, helping you rebuild trust. Visit us on the web at www.gowebamax.com. That's GOWEBIMAX.com, or text us for a free quote at 856-840-8343. Don't let bad reviews define you. Get immediate help from Webamax.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like, to check the Jumbotron first, before attempting to eat a stack of Supreme nachos in one bite. Now you're just a meme that everyone shares on game day. Checking first is smart, so check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. Savings vary, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Every cup of Nespresso coffee is an invitation to transform your morning routine into a ritual you can treasure each and every day. Using the Virtuo Pop, a simple touch of the button freshly brews bold aromas and a rich, velvety crema layer for delicious cafe-quality coffee at home. Whether you enjoy your coffee hot or over ice, every sip, every morning is unforgettable. Nothing tastes like Nespresso coffee. Visit Nespresso.com or our app to explore our full range of easy-to-use machines and coffees not found anywhere else.
Welcome to another edition of the NBA Central Division Showdown. Today, February 24th, is National Steak Burger Day and National Tortilla Chip Day. I'm sorry. Anybody celebrate?
No.
I don't know nothing about it. Shout out to my Mexican homies, though.
Oh, yeah, today is Mexican Flag Day as well. So no disrespect to our homies to the south of the border. If you don't listen to what the guy in charge says, we still love you. That guy laughing right there is one half of Bleachers to Speakers June, host of the podcast. The post-game podcast. How you doing this week?
I am doing great. How are you?
I can't call it, man. Tate, one of the last Mohicans for the That's Rather Cavalier podcast, man. Tell me something good.
The last man standing, man. Just want to say real quick before we get started, man, I wish the homie Foss was here. But June, I try and show support amongst my podcast brothers, man. I was checking out post game the other day, and you said you wanted to. I hate to say it, but the Cavaliers are really good. Like, why you hate to say it, bro?
I don't like Cleveland, man.
That's okay.
I just don't like Cleveland, man. It's not Cavaliers. It's just the city. I don't like it.
Okay, I get it. I mean, real. They like Cleveland and Detroit like cousins, though, man. It's like just 2 hours across the turnpike, and you right there. You almost like home.
I'm totally joking about Cleveland. I'm just saying they're just in the division. You know what I mean?
Right. I get it.
And you got to give it up. They're just really good.
Right. Okay. Well, thanks, man, for acknowledging that, even much as you hated to. But yeah, Pay, I'm good, man. Ready to talk some hoops with y'all, man. So whenever you're ready, let's get it in.
And as always, the star of the Frustrated Chicago Sports Fan channel, Q.
What's the
word? What you been up to, man?
Man, chilling, just enjoying the new year.
Enjoying the new year. We are what?
Enjoying the new year. I've been talking with Ben Johnson, installing some offensive scheme. I don't know I don't know if they told y'all, but I was announced as part of the offensive staff of the Chicago Bears. So I've been really busy though. We got some really good things coming for y'all though.
I love to hear. I love to hear. Maybe Ben Johnson's got some of that offensive magic trickling down to the Bulls. As you can see, if you're paying attention to what they got going on right now, they are putting up some buckets. But we'll talk about a lot about that further down the show. I had some leftover NBA All-Star discussion I want to get. And I promise you, this is the last time we're gonna talk about the NBA All-Star game. But I was going through flipping the channels, this guy, PK Subban, he did the rounds after NBA All-Star weekend. He was on ESPN. He was on a bunch of other podcasts. And if you don't know who PK Subban is, he's a former NHL defenseman. He had a lot to say about what makes the NBA All-Star game worse than what the NHL is offering right now. I'm going to let you all hear what he got to say, and we'll talk about all of that.
Well, listen. Hockey's a different sport from the NBA. You can't compare the cultures because of the way the game is played. You can step on an NBA floor and go through the emotions. You can't do that in hockey. You have to play it with passion. You have to be willing to fight. You have to be willing to leave it on the ice. So for us, when we charge $1,500 for a ticket to come to Fortnite, fans know what they're getting. It's based on the pride, honor, playing for the guy next to you. I haven't sat down and watched the NBA consistently since Kobe.
The hockey culture itself, it's always protected the team aspect of the game. And ultimately what that is the players, coaches, everybody that is in the game, no one thinks they're bigger than the game. I think we were put on a platform. This Four Nations tournament has been such a huge success because the players, first the league put the structure around it, and then the players showed up in a big way and have showed up in a big way, and they've earned it. And anything that we're getting right now is all earned, and it's earned on the backs of the players.
He really put on for his players, his former guys that he played with in the NHL. But I'm gonna go around the room. Tate, in fact, Q. Did anything stand out to you from what PK had to say in relation to how the NBA All-Star game where is lacking?
He sounded like a soundboard for conservatives across the nation. Listen, I stopped watching hockey when Marty McSorley hit Donald Brashear in the head with a stick. I knew that wasn't a black man's sport. I'm not, the first person to be assaulted in a hockey game was a black. It's not a black man's sport. A lot of that rah-rah stuff didn't really resonate with me. The NBA All-Star game is just bad now. It's ran its course. I don't know if they can get it back. It's just bad. I don't all that rah-rah and playing for the guy next to you and going through the motion. I don't know enough about hockey to even contest that, but I just think that was a lot of rah-rah and veiled conservatism in that speech.
What
you probably won a lot of people over though, but it was a lot of rah-rah and fluff. That's my thoughts on it.
Yep. John, what anything jumped out to you in particular?
Yeah, I mean, I have to agree with the last sentiments. Like, I'm not well versed in hockey, but I do understand his sentiments towards basketball. It's like it's totally different than what it was 10, 15 years ago. I was talking to a friend of mine the other day, and for me, just my observation, it's just a bunch of positionless basketball. Nobody throws the ball in the post anymore like they used to. You get your best athlete. He's your point guard, whether he's a true point guard at heart or in mind. That's what you do. Everybody plays shooting guard. There's not the scrappy power forward that's doing your dirty work in a lot of teams. So I kind of get what he's saying about basketball, but at the same time, I don't know how you can compare it to hockey because I'm not well versed there.
Did he have a point though, Tate? Was PK making a salient point in anything he said?
I agree with both what June and Q both said, but he made a huge point. I mean, you know, he was wrong in a couple things he said. One, like June just said, you can't compare the two. Anytime you step on the ice in hockey, you better guard your grill. Period. No matter what's going on, you better guard your grill. You know, I'm not a hockey guy either. I've been to a couple hockey games because when I worked, my company we had a suite and you could go to Wizards games and Capitals games and stuff like that. So I went to like 3 hockey games before, and the energy in the arena when hockey going on, it's crazy, man. It's at another level. It's almost cousin to football, which, you know, NBA, I think, gets like that late in the game, a close game, a game that matters. Other than that, they just all-star game really included more than the regular season. They just coast through it. It's just the coast. Them guys hang out together. They friends. It's missing that element. As bad as it was that Brashear got hit in the head with a stick because he's the only black man to get it done. But that's the mentality they come with. You know what I mean? That's the mentality that they come with. NBA don't have none of that. Like June said, it's lacking the structure of the old days. That's fine. The game evolves. But like hockey, you got a couple, 2, 3 goons on the team to go out and get people. NBA don't have that no more. Ain't no true tough guys in NBA no more to bring that physicality, to bring that. It's like in football where the middle is wide open, which affects the statistics and numbers of the records going forward and stuff. I mean, so yeah, he definitely had a point. Now, hockey hasn't had a player bigger than the game, one, because there's a few more really, really good pro players. You know, I know about Ovechkin, I remember Lemieux in his prime and stuff like that. But it did have a player bigger than the game when I was young, and it was Wayne Gretzky. Wayne Gretzky was bigger than the sport. So it's had that before. So we can't act like it's never had that element to it. It has. It just doesn't have it now. And when LeBron, Steph, and KD retired, basketball would be much of the same. It'd be some good players, but it won't be at all-time greats in there.
I want to pick up on what you just said, Tate, because this is one of the few things that I heard in that dog whistle rant for 80 seconds. Fight, the number one word he used, fight. They can fight in the NHL. You can't do that in the NBA no more. In fact, the four nations thing, the first thing they did was fight, and they love it.
That was ridiculous.
The fans love it. The fans love it when they get the
listen. That was beyond some hockey tensions and that thing though. That was beyond hockey tensions.
Yeah, you heard. Yeah, they got a group chat. They say, "Yeah, we gonna kick it off the second they drop the puck." If they did that in the NBA,
that's mentality. And NBA, the NBA, everybody buddy. So it'll never be that.
No, because
why? I think hockey guys are colleagues.
If they did that in the NBA, they'll drag Adam Silver in front of Congress as a terrorist, something like that. Goddamn well, you can't fight like that in the NBA.
And clear the floor, let the brothers fight. Yeah, clear the floor, let the brothers fight.
You know why? Then the other thing, they outlawed that in the NBA in Detroit. Yeah. Shout out to you all. That's ground zero for why.
But in hockey, people don't run into the stands. They on the ice, and everybody else behind the glass. So they not running from the bench to the ice. The dudes on ice is getting it in.
And they clear.
You know what I mean?
Do it.
What did you have to say?
That I mean that part. Last night the Cavs and the Grizzlies played. Donovan Mitchell and Bane got into it. It was nothing really, but it got the crowd hype and excited, and Cleveland came out played well. I had a buddy at the game last night. He was telling me about how much energy was in the arena once that happened. So it helps the game. Like you say, the fans love the fighting. It helps the energy because it shows the competitive nature of what these guys are doing and willing to do.
So what you're saying is the NBA needs to have some more fights.
I ain't saying they got to fight, Paige. They just can't be chummy. Oh, I want to be on your team. Oh, be on my team. Oh, this, that, other. The whole element of have you guys watched that We Beat the Dream Team yet?
No.
It's pretty good. I think it's on HBO. It's on Showtime. You can, talks about the 92 select team. playing the original Dream Team and they won.
It's on
Yeah.
HBO Max.
One of the scrimmages.
Yeah.
HBO Max.
It's one of
Okay.
the first
Well,
scrimmages
yeah.
that they
Say it
won.
again, June.
It was one of the first scrimmages, if not the first scrimmage. They
Yeah, it
won.
was the first. The next day, the Dream Team beat the smack out of them. For real. But what I'm saying is, as it relates to that, you know, it was competitive. Like Chris Webber said, man, back like people not used to it. They used to it now. Back in the day, you didn't see superheroes play together. You never just saw Magic and Bird on the same team. So that was like a one-of-a-kind kind of thing where all these people that have never played together, getting together, some of the best in the world, and just playing ball. You know? In the NBA, it's totally different now, man. I want to get traded here. I want to, when you're a free agent, come here. And all that, what do you call it? It's fraternizing. Too much fraternizing going on in the NBA.
The other thing I heard from this from PK's rant, it's the guys that lionize Kobe's career, they all sound the same. You know, I haven't watched the NBA.
That is very true.
They all
Kobe's
sound the
become
same.
a myth now.
Yeah, he's bigger in depth than he was in life, for real.
Yeah,
and
that
no
makes me wonder.
disrespect to Kobe. Go ahead, Faye.
I think we was going to say the same thing. It makes me wonder if they ever even watched Kobe because a lot of these just be lying on his name. I haven't watched the game since Kobe, and because Kobe would always do this on the third. Like, no, he didn't. Whatever you saying Kobe did, he didn't do it.
They watched the little highlight with Matt Barnes with the ball like that and Kobe not flinching, which they said is kind of on an angle, and they think Kobe just lived his life just hating every NBA player and team and just always and didn't smile or anything. So a lot of that is, idolization and unfortunately Kobe lost his life in a helicopter. So that kind of amped up the hyper competitive, tag they've given him. But yeah, a lot of the guys that watch Kobe do, they sound like PK.
They always leave out the part where Chris Child two-pieced him and Shaq smacked him in practice, and I think Reggie Miller might have got the best of him at one time when he was really young. I mean, so they leave out all that.
Yeah.
But Kobe, if nothing else, was extremely competitive. He wasn't no fighter. He wasn't no tough guy. He was extremely competitive, though. Period. You gotta respect him for that. Just like MJ was.
But it's not like he never smiled on the court. It was just this.
Right. Yeah, that's definitely true.
They paint it out to be something that's not like all NBA players are just extremely friendly now and they don't want to win. There's competitive guys in the league today, So there was competitive guys back then. So I think a lot of this overrating and a lot of the generation that enjoyed Kobe hating on this new generation, though.
Well, Kobe is one of the last of the original Mohicans. I mean, him and KG, since them dudes been gone, ain't nobody come with them dudes' mentality and force of will and all that stuff no more. Right.
Yeah.
That is gone, Pay.
Yeah, that type of what do you want to say? Gloss or glaze for that type of stuff. Yeah, that probably is gone. But I agree with my co-host Q. The competitive fire ain't left the NBA. A lot of these guys do the same thing. They just don't have a Nike backing or the Nike marketing for you to know about it. All right, let's.
It's probably more endorsement deals now than it ever been before. So why don't they have the backing?
You had to ask Nike about that. Nike will market you. Nike decided to market Kobe a particular way after he came back.
Because Chris Paul is just as nasty and dirty and foul and competitive as anybody. But that's not the narrative about Chris Paul. Chris Paul isn't a Kobe-like figure, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He might have that same mentality, but the game don't translate the same. Because he's not
as marketable. He's not marketed the same way.
He's not the Black Mamba. He's CP3. He got his State Farm deals and stuff like that. He been his stuff over his career, but he ain't close to Kobe though.
All right, they're marketed completely different. and it doesn't mean that their competitive fire is any less.
What advertisement you seen Kobe in besides Nike?
He was an Adidas athlete
before shoe deals, just other stuff.
Sprite.
Was he in Sprite? Okay, I don't know, but okay.
All right, we get transition to current happenings in the NBA. So All-Star Weekend was 2 weekends ago. We got I don't even want to call it the second half of the season, the latter third of the season, right? So let's just call it like that. We've kicked things off. We've got things going. We've got the guys getting ready for playoff position, and they're trying to figure out where they're going to be, who's their first round matchups going to be. And as of right now, I think the Central Division will be well represented in the top 6. No play-ins, and maybe if you had to play in, might have the entire Central Division in the postseason. As repeated.
Let us take it, please. Let us take it, please.
You've got the Cleveland Cavaliers still dominating the from a Central Division standpoint, dominating the record, not the record, but the standings at the number 1 spot. You got the Pacers and the Milwaukee still jockeying for position at number 2 and 3. Detroit, they're holding on strong as the number 5 team in the division. The Bulls, as we'll talk about, they're still there. They're still there with their eyes on the postseason berth. Everybody except the Bulls hasn't lost a game, I think, since the play resumed, right?
So good, so good, so good.
Great brands, great prices. Everyone's got a reason to rack.
Because they have framed jeans.
Nike? Yes.
Just so many good brands.
Vince, Kurt Geiger London, Rag & Bone, and more are at Nordstrom Rack stores now. You never know what you'll find, but you know it's going to be so good. Great brands, great prices. That's why you rack.
Yeah, I obviously. They only played like 2 games, 3 at the most.
All right. So as you see right here, Cavaliers on a 7-game win streak, Pacers on a 3-game win streak, Bucks on a 4-gamer, and the Pistons on a 6-game win streak. It's looking really good. So let's I'm gonna talk about the week that was with you fellas. June, I believe it was last week. You all were talking about how the Hawks, the Atlanta Hawks, the Trae Young Hawks, give the Pistons a lot of problems. And you don't want to see them in the postseason. You all saw them last night. It's another good game. Tell us about
it. Excuse me, pardon me. A high scoring affair. You know, Trae Young was Trae Young. He had 38. Cade was in a zone from outside. He usually one of those players that he's a mid-range type of guy, gets to the bucket a little bit more than he used to, but last night the 3 was going for him. Got some help from Dennis Schroeder for the first time. He scored double digits. He wound up with 16. The offense was clicking. It was a very high scoring game. It was the most points scored by the Pistons since 1984. So it was one of those games where they just it seemed like the last person with the possession was going to win till the end, to the final seconds, where Pistons got a couple breaks and wound up winning. I don't know what the exact score was, but it was a really close game all the way into the end.
My question is, do you think, well, not do you think, but who would if the playoffs started today, would the Pistons be playing who?
Probably the
Knicks.
The Knicks. Oh, yeah. Sidebar, talk about the Knicks real quick. You know, the Knicks are 0-7 against the top 3 teams in the league, the Cavaliers, Boston Celtics, and the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Doesn't spell good for the playoffs.
No, it doesn't. But I want to talk about them as a first-round potential matchup for the Pistons. You all see blood in the water? You all think y'all can pull off that upset there, June?
We've beaten them the last 2 times in Madison Square Garden this year. So I'd welcome that matchup.
Oh, I like that. I like that confidence.
Yeah, he welcomes it. Just a paraphrasing the post game podcast. the Celtics and Cavs might be a tier above us, but we can compete with everybody else, including the Knicks.
You had to throw that in there.
Paraphrasing what June and False said.
You had to throw that in there, right? Yeah, I mean, those are the two teams, Boston and Cleveland. Those are two teams that we haven't come close to showing that we can compete with. So, but we've had our good fortunes with the Knicks, and to be in that 6th seed and play the Knicks first round. Yeah, let's get it.
And the way it's looking now, the way y'all playing, the way they playing, it could be a 3-6 matchup the other way.
Hey,
that wouldn't shock me at all. I mean,
listen,
right? I've told you all, individually and on these shows over the last few years, Cat, he's a great shooter. He's got a pedigree. He's one of the better prospects coming into the NBA in the last 25 years. But the boy gives up buckets, just as many buckets as he gives. I mean, he's one of the worst defenders in the league still. Again, even on Thibodeau's team. And
still tired.
Still.
Be tired.
I don't even. That's not an excuse for him. That's not an excuse for him. They maybe they thought Mitchell Robinson will probably come back and be able to be his Rudy Gobert in New York, maybe. But Mitchell, when was the last time he played? I don't even know.
They should have traded him years ago when they had the opportunity.
Yeah, they should have. Yeah, they should have. Man, and Jalen Brunson, he's a dog, but he's just as much of a liability defensively as well. Mikal Bridges and the rest of them, they can't hold as much water. I think the Knicks are very, very vulnerable in the first round.
I never believed in them as a real Eastern Conference contender. I never believed the Knicks had a shot to get out the East. Never.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got some corner time coming from G on that one. Look.
Hey, I want to have some corner time coming from you too, because Golden State looking good.
They've played 5 games since the trade. Okay,
they won 4-1. I'm just saying.
Let's calm down.
Jimmy might be exactly what they needed, though. Jimmy might be exactly what they needed.
Yeah, I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced at all. They're still not a playoff team.
Did you speaking of what you convinced of? Did you see last night the homie Tatum go for 25, 10, and 8?
Mm-hmm.
And June, to what you were saying, he was more impactful than Jaylen Brown last night against the Knicks yesterday. I mean, against the third place team.
18 point. It was an 18-point deficit, though, right? That game was a pretty much blowout. And Jaylen Brown had what, 24, 7 and 2?
24, 8 and 2. He had 8.
24, 8 and 2. And off the top of my head, Jason Tatum was 8 for 21.
8 for 20.
8 for 20. I'm looking for the
Mamba mentality. Ain't that the Mamba mentality?
Yeah, that is a Mamba boy.
You miss more than you shoot. You miss more than you make. That's the Mamba mentality.
Hey, June, and to your boy K, who balled out last night, I saw NBA TV today. They said that he had a stat line nobody in the NBA has ever had, with his 37, 12, 8 assists, and 3 blocks on 7 and 10 3-point shooting. So that was never been done.
That was 38 and 12.
30, my bad.
It's okay. I got you.
Hey, as of right now, today, not overall, K might be battling for best player in the division right now, because Giannis been hurt. Giannis came back in and put up the same number. I think we all said Giannis a few months back towards the beginning of the season, but that's shifting a little bit.
I think Giannis was the one we were talking about as far as the leader.
Right.
I have to rethink that.
I'm saying Georgia, right now, this
if right now, as in this very moment, as of not moving forward, just today.
Today.
I don't know.
Today. Since they've been on a 7-game win streak.
So 2 weeks.
And Milwaukee is on a 4. Yeah. 6-game win. My bad. The Cavs on 7-game win streak. My bad. I get confused with these win streaks.
The Sixers just give up on the season?
Excellent segue, Q. Let's talk about what's going on with the Bulls and everything that has to do with everything else. So, as you see, the Bulls are smacking, downright DDT in the Philadelphia 76ers right now.
Woo!
What's the score? 109-73.
God,
that's a 30. That's a 36-point lead.
Jesus,
that is.
Come on, Philly.
That's the six.
Come on, Philly.
Listen, man. The for those that don't know, the annoyance in my co-host's voice about what's going on with this Bulls Philly game is, the Bulls are trying to tank. They're trying to get out of the postseason contention.
They're not trying hard enough.
Well, it looks like Philly's trying a lot harder. As of right now, Philly started the season slow. We all thought they were like, yeah, they'll figure it out. Eventually, Joel Embiid will get healthy. Eventually, they'll put it together. And eventually, they'll retake the Bulls spot. And the Bulls will go on their merry way and get them a high draft pick, number 7 again, probably, and go and do their whole rebuilding thing. That has never happened. That has not come to fruition at all so far this season. Q, how annoyed does this make you right now?
Very annoyed, because we need Cooper Flag. We need him. There's precedence for white Coopers winning titles. I don't even care about Cooper Flag that much. Cooper Cup, Cooper DeJean, Cooper Flag. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but white Coopers get titles. I don't even care about Cooper Flag. No, I just need we need the Cooper mojo here in Chicago. The Bulls need to lose. Give me a white Cooper.
I never thought of that.
Hey, white men are having a time of their life right now in America. But as you said, Coopers are winning right now. Coopers are getting it done at a high level. JoJo Embiid, the noise coming out of Philly right now is that his knee, the future of his knee is just not good. They don't know what's happening. He might be another one of those what if stories, right? A guy that was at the top of the league at one point, the best player in the East, in my opinion, and now his remaining years in the league might just be injury riddled. That's a sad story for what they got going on in Philly, but their dismay is going to lead to a postseason appearance for the Bulls. It looked like as they are up 109-75. Right now in the standings, if the Bulls are going to go ahead and win this game, that'll move the Bulls to 23-35 on the season, just 12 games under 500, and will drop the 76ers to a season worst 17 games under at 20-37.
So in Brooklyn still in that mix between the Sixers and the Bulls?
And now Brooklyn has jumped up over the 76ers, who were trying to tank their life away, and now they're 21-35, half game better than the 76ers. Well, full game, rather.
It seems like I heard this on another one of the shows, somebody predicting that the Nets could give the Bulls a run for that last spot and not be the Sixers. Sixers is big trash. Joel Embiid has never been the best player in the East. Never. Not even when he won MVP, he wasn't.
He has an MVP. He has 2 scoring titles.
Yeah, he does.
I mean,
he does.
More recent than Greek. So there's the.
He never been out the second round. He doesn't impact winning. He's always hurt. The whole process thing. You give him way too much credit because you obviously like the guy. Your fandom coming out.
Uh-oh.
I mean, they should have traded him before the Knicks traded Mitchell Robinson. Because they stood to get more if they traded him at an earlier time. Now, well, what you say, it ain't a watch list. He on a wash list. Quoting you.
I mean, I cannot disagree with anything you said. He hasn't been on a second round. In my opinion, a lot of that falls on him. His health, his inability to lead his troops. Harden and what's his face, the Kardashian guy. Ben Simmons. Some of that, a lot of that does fall on JoJo Embiid.
And the same thing you put on Jason Tatum, using his size to go to the cup and all that. What Joel Embiid been doing? He way worse than Jason Tatum, as far as that go. Oh, softy.
That's I don't think
That's
those two
definitely
compare
true.
in that way.
No, they do. You say he doesn't use an advantage. Joel Embiid definitely don't always use an advantage. That's why Shaq always talking to him from the TNT studio about what he need to do. He don't do. Dwight Howard will go down as a greater big man in NBA history than Joel Embiid. Howard got one MVP. Howard got one MVP. Howard then took a team to the finals and won the finals. Better. Hey, June, is it arguable? Is it debatable?
What season?
The year they went to the finals, right? 2009.
No, that's incorrect. LeBron won the MVP that year.
Did he? No, he probably deserved it. Okay.
I'm waiting.
No, he did win the MVP.
He did deserve it. Okay, all right.
LeBron did. No, I'm saying LeBron. LeBron probably deserved it.
Of course he did. LeBron deserved a lot more MVPs. Well, that's a different show. So let's move on. Let's go talk about those Cavaliers, man. So the number one team they're still the number one team in the East. They are handling their business and smacking up everybody that comes around. And you all played the Cavaliers. You said they got into a little bit of a shoving match with the was it the Toronto Raptors yesterday?
It was Memphis Grizzlies, the number 2 team in the West. Yeah, we kind of handled them without DG. Well, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, but yeah. So tell us about the week that was with the Cavaliers.
Since we last were here, they just won. I mean, I know they smashed the Knicks, was up by over 40 at one point, but that's looking pretty easy to do. They beat Memphis last night, and they beat Toronto over the weekend. So when Toronto, I believe Thursday, I believe it was they played the Knicks, I believe, on Monday. Maybe it was Friday, Monday, and then yesterday. Yeah. Well, they won 3 games. The Raptors, the Knicks, and the Grizzlies. They play Orlando tomorrow. And then they play Boston on Friday. So that's the rest of this week. Cavs are playing really good basketball. 5-0 since the acquisition of DeAndre Hunter. He gets in, leaves his fingerprints on the game, but Kenny Atkinson uses such a deep bench that he still hasn't. I'm sure his minutes will get higher depending on matchup. Right now, Max Strus is still starting because Max Strus is like the glue guy, even though he's not necessarily the best at the 3 position. He fits with that starting lineup. Donovan Mitchell has been doing just enough. Donovan Mitchell has transitioned from a shooting guard to a true lead guard now. So Darius Garland didn't play last night. Mitchell was running the offense, scored 33 with 6 assists. He got into it with Desmond Bane. They was wrestling for a ball on the ground, and next thing you know, they wrestling around on the floor, and players – it was on Cleveland's bench, so players got up. Ja came over there and I believe pushed Tristan Thompson or something like that. So they had to break it up for a minute.
Wait, Tristan Thompson in the league?
Yeah, definitely. He's our Udonis Haslem. Now you could say Ja Morant ain't pushing Udonis Haslem,
but
no,
he's definitely not.
But he's still in the league. Like I said, Mitchell went for 33 and 6 last night. Ty Jerome got in, and Ty Jerome been playing well all year. It's an argument for him to be both most improved player and 6th man of the year. He should certainly maybe get one of them if he keeps it up the next 25 games. He scored 26 last night. I believe it was like 4-7 from 3-point range. Scored 26 with 5 rebounds and 4 assists. No Darius Garland. Evan Mobley, who I talk about a lot, I tell you his ascension is coming. He's starting to show it. Pause with the ascension is on the way. But he scored, and it was a quiet stat line. 25, 13, 8 assists, and 3 blocks. So I mean, he just glue. He don't got to score big. He don't got to do anything, outside the structure of the team. He just fits in and makes everything work. So Yeah, so the Cavs looking good right now, man. I anticipate a tough matchup against Orlando tomorrow since it's there. Then we get to have a real post check against Boston on Friday. So so
Would you
that game will
prefer
be
to
on
see?
ESPN.
Would you prefer to see a rematch of the Orlando Magic in the first round, or one of the other perennial play-in teams, the Miami Heat, Hawks, or Chicago Bulls?
I probably the first one was who was it? Orlando again. I I'd probably rather see Orlando. I think just because they got some injuries. I don't believe in their guard play completely. I think Jalen Suggs is not a good shooter, is not a threat. Good defender,
He's been
you
hurt
know,
the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
and he's been hurt also. Okay. Yeah, Paulo's back, but Paulo's not the same. He had 19 and 5 last night. I mean, the Cleveland's big just had a way with Orlando. You know what I mean? So I think I'd rather see Orlando. I think I don't know, the Bulls would probably be my second choice. But yeah, I think I still rather see Orlando though, because I think even though Jamal, whatever his name is, Mosley, is it Mosley? Is a good coach. I think your coach was Billy Donovan a little better.
All right, I mean, I don't think any one of these teams stand a good chance against Cleveland in the first round. I think maybe Orlando if they get their injuries act together, but other than that, I don't see it. Quick question, just another sidebar. Who's the best player in Orlando? Is it Franz Wagner or is it Banchero?
That's a
I
good
think it's
one.
Banchero. It is a good one. Fair. I think it's Banchero though. He's
Now,
number one
Franz is a
overall.
much better defender and more versatile defender. So
Yeah, I
Yeah, but
like it.
even last year in playoffs against Cleveland, I mean, Banchero was one giving them problems though.
Ooh,
I mean,
I think the first.
Wagner got his too. It was both of them. But I mean, the number one pick out of Duke, who you guys trying to get number one pick out of Duke to turn your franchise around. I think he's as good as Wagner is. He's the cornerstone. If you had to trade one of them away, you're gonna trade Wagner before you trade Banchero.
Perhaps. Cornerstones get traded every day nowadays, is what I understand in the NBA. So you never know. All right,
And
let's take a break.
you probably should speak on that when you get back from break because I got my take on the Lakers now.
Uh-oh.
Let's do that after the break. If you're watching live, you know what to do. Stay put. If you're listening on audio, check out our advertising partners. They got something they want to talk to you about, and maybe, just maybe, you will like what they hear.
This episode is brought to you by Indeed. When your computer breaks, you don't wait for it to magically start working again. You fix the problem. So why wait to hire the people your company desperately needs? Use Indeed's sponsored jobs to hire top talent fast. And even better, you only pay for results. There's no need to wait. Speed up your hiring with a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
I think I just won my taxes.
Yeah?
I just switched to H&R Block in about 1 minute. All I had to do was drag and drop last year's return into H&R Block, and bam, my information is automatically there.
So I don't have to go digging around for all my old papers to switch?
Nope.
Sounds like we just leveled up our tax game.
Switching to H&R Block is easy. Just drag and drop your last return. It's better with Block.
And we are back. So before we get into that other part, I did want to bring up that the Pistons are playing the Los Angeles Clippers. There's another team in Los Angeles. June, who's getting down dirty for those Pistons right now?
I haven't been able to really pay attention. I just checked the score during the break. Pistons are up by 10 at the beginning of the fourth quarter. Oh, up 12. Yeah, and it looks like Cade is he has 20 some odd points. So he's leading the way.
Yeah, if I could pull this up real quick, the stats on this game, it looks like, like you said, James Harden has got a double-double already, but, he's doing his best Kobe impression, 4 of 17 from the field. Chris Dunn, a former Chicago Bull, I forgot he was in the league. He's got 11 and 2. Bogdanovich, the one that's not hurt, he's got 6 points on 3 of 11 shooting. Nicholas Batum, he's always going to get a check, but he's still in the league too. I don't know how the Clippers this good with all these guys that's barely in the league.
They were playing some really good defense in the first half. I didn't see this third quarter at all, but Dunn he made Cade work for everything he got. Mm-hmm. So they were playing good team defense in that first half. It was tough.
And to round out the starting five for the Clippers, Ivan Zubac, he's got 11 and 10 and 5 assists as well. Decent stat line. You said your boy Cade was getting money. 23, 7 and 7. 8 of 10 from the line. Those darn 6 turnovers, though.
Yeah.
That's gonna be his Achilles.
Dunn was causing havoc.
Mm-hmm. I see. Tobias Harris. He's gonna find his way into the playoffs anyway. He leads the Sixers and go. I'm still gonna get to the postseason. I'm getting extra checks no matter what you say. He's got 20 points, 4 boards on 9 of 12 from the floor. Duran, he's the guy that's been opening my eyes for the Pistons lately. 10 points, 11 boards, 4 or 6 from the line. He's getting it done all around.
How many assists does he have?
2. Assists from Duran. He has 2.
Okay.
And your twin, Ausar Thompson, 6 points, 3 assists, 4 steals.
Yeah.
He's a hell of a defender. He's not as good as his brother yet, but he's a hell of a defender though.
Mm-hmm. All right, we'll check back in on this game. So the second biggest thing going on in the NBA right now. I don't know if you all had a chance to see it before we had got in front of these microphones, but it looks like Greg Popovich is not coming back this season, and his future is, I guess the best word to use is murky. His career might be ending, and we didn't even get a chance to say goodbye. No swan song, no Coach Krzyzewski drag out ceremony for him. Just to put that out there. I don't know if you all had anything you want to say about that. I mean, the NBA is a better place when Greg Popovich is in it. And I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist, but I know they shook the envelopes for him to get Wemby and for him to coach Wemby up and for him to be the next big thing. It'll be a shame that, we can get to see the next San Antonio Spurs, I guess, dynasty led by Greg Popovich. But if this is the end for him, he'll definitely be missed. He did a lot for the league. I didn't like that early 2000 Spurs teams, but I respected them. They got down and did their thing.
Whether it's a movie night or just midday, Skinny Pop is a salty snack that keeps on giving. Made with just 3 simple ingredients for an irresistibly delicious taste and a large serving size that lasts. Deliciously popped, perfectly salted. Skinny Pop, popular for a reason. Shop Skinny Pop now.
I agree. Greg Popovich, good for the league. Articulate, well thought. One of the greatest ever. So it would definitely be a shame if he doesn't get to have his swan song, and that's the last we see of him.
Definitely agree. Pay to what you said. Yeah, it would be. I mean, Bill Belichick didn't get no goodbyes either. So it happens sometimes.
He got to go by.
Not a ceremonious one like he probably could have deserved.
Bill could be back in the NFL. This chapter isn't written on Bill. He was trying to get back in this past season. He could be one and done at UNC.
Yeah, you're right. Now you mentioned a conspiracy theory to get Wemby, right? I mean, when we go back as far as Popovich's coaching tenure, when we go back as far to his ability to get Tim Duncan as part of a conspiracy back then too. I mean, they had won 50 games the year before the Admiral got hurt. When the Admiral got hurt, they just tanked. I think that was before the lottery, right? So they were just bad enough to get number one overall pick.
The lottery was at 85.
Yeah,
started.
It was,
yeah, that was Patrick Ewing. It was definitely lottery, but it wasn't the lottery where the lottery like the ping pong balls.
No, it's the same.
They won. They brought the percentages down.
They've since
they changed the percentages. Yeah,
but it's still the same lottery system.
Okay, so now he's surrounded with conspiracy. So now I'll say this conspiracy: Popovich has been a great coach. He's been great for the players. Players like him. He started the whole load management thing, and because him and Steve Kerr are such, liberal, open-minded coaches, I think, talk conspiracy, I think the Kerr administration might have something to do with getting Popovich out of there.
Listen, look, I wouldn't put it past them. That Elon has money, technology. I wouldn't put it past them.
Right. No, that's where I'm at. They getting rid of everybody on MSNBC right now. So, that's so far
they
from
got rid of
but
joint. Not to get too political, then he got rid of the Joint Chief of Staff, a highly decorated man. That was
so Pop is nothing compared to all that. So I think it could be a possibility. I guess we said enough to make Pay get off screen for a minute.
Man, shout out to General CQ Brown too. Unceremoniously dismissed by the Trump administration as one of the, what do they call it? The woke people, the woke movement.
Yeah, I mean, if you talking about people might be doing, not getting their swan songs, this might be our last episode. Going on.
Let's talk about Mox. Hey, Pay, do I have to submit that bulletin of those 5 bulletins of what I've done productive this week of the podcast?
Right. Yo, yeah, we gonna need that at some point, Q. What did you do last week?
Why should you keep your job?
Failure to press send on that email is a thought of as a resignation. So you're gonna.
I wish Ryan Poles was doing that to Matt Eberflus year 1. We wouldn't have went through these tragedies we did in these 3 years as Bears fans.
You should have had to do that after that loss. Well, pick a loss after that loss to the Lions on Thanksgiving. Give us 5 bullet points on what you were thinking at any point in that game. We need to understand this. Anywho, so the Lakers, to come back around full circle, the Lakers did have that mega trade in which the Dallas Mavericks said, you know what, generational players, we don't need those guys. Send them to the LA. LA does better with generational players. Luka has arrived. He had a fantastic game Sunday. He had like 30, 10, and 7, something like that. A lot of Laker fans that I talk to say that's the type of game that the Lakers need to play especially against a team that's been owning the Lakers since LeBron got there. Those Denver Nuggets, they need to play the game in which Luka's the lead and LeBron is, the supporting player. Tate, you got to take for what's going on with the LA.
Yeah, man. I think we talked about it initially, and I said I reserve my judgment and opinion on what I think about it until I get a sample size. They hadn't played the game yet when we talked about Luka was still hurt. But I see it potentially working, man, because you got like you said last night, I believe the first game where Luka was in charge, right? He was the ball dominant one. But LeBron in all his goatness is able to adjust and play off ball. I mean, you got two systems coming together and making a mega system, right? Because they both been the man and the system was built around them on both of their individual teams. Well, now they got to make adjustments. LeBron's deferred to Luka. LeBron didn't even have a good game last night. He had 23, 10, and 6. You know what I mean? Rui Hachimura is known to give Joker problems defensively, and they just were really extremely aggressive on Joker last night, and they were going to make somebody else beat him. And Denver didn't have anybody that showed up. So they held Joker to 12 points. He had triple double, but he's a walker triple double. But 12 points and a low percentage shooting. So I think the way they played that night with the defensive intensity, with LeBron and Luka both being able to coexist, and they're probably only going to get better the more they play together coming down the stretch. I believe they're in fourth place, but only a game and a half out of second place. I'm looking for a top 4 seed for home court advantage in the playoffs for the Lakers, first round.
I wouldn't expect anything other. They should be. They should be a top 4 team. I think the West is wide open. But does anybody have any thoughts on that? Q, June?
Luka or the West being wide open?
Both. Dealer's choice.
I'm still waiting to see how this Luka LeBron thing kind of settles, because you got 2 ball dominant players. So I want to see what that looks like in a stretch. I think I've said this before, amongst my friend circles. I think the Lakers could be a first round out. That's what I think.
If they're a top 4 team, let's say I think the teams that they eventually have to see in the first round will be Denver or the Clippers.
I don't think the Clippers could
Denver's 3. Denver's 3 or 2. Denver and Memphis are 2 and 3
before they played the Lakers. It was
who's in the 5th
Denver
seed
right
Memphis
now?
Is 2 and 3.
The 5th seed right now is Houston.
Oh, the Lakers.
That'd be a tough one. And
I think
good
the
experience, I think.
Yeah, that experience and grit. Luka and LeBron are 2 playoff tested. So in that scenario, no, I do see the Lakers getting out the first round, though. But I don't know. It's early. I want to see this for another week to see how they play off each other before I declare this, a success, just at least for this season. Because it's kind of late in the year it is late in the year to grab Luka and LeBron and put them together. I mean, they don't really have a lot of time to gel. And I know they're 2 great players, though. And they've played with other great players. I mean, Luka has played with Kyrie. LeBron has played with Kyrie. I just think in a conference this tough, where the West is very top heavy, it's a lot to ask of the Lakers to, really have an extended playoff run where they're just getting this team together, just getting Luka and LeBron together. I could be wrong, but that's the way I see it right now.
I don't disagree. I agree with what you're saying, but I think if any 2 players can figure it out, I think they have figured it out. And I started to see them come together the last game they played. So if it continues to trend in a positive direction from how it looked against who they play, against Denver.
Yeah.
I can see it going a first round win, and who knows what happens after that. Now I will tell you, as far as the West go, I don't know where they seated right now. I don't even know what they're doing right now. They playing a back-to-back against OKC, but when Minnesota get healthy, they're gonna be a problem.
I don't know if it's gonna work out for Minnesota this year. It's something missing, something off about that team this year. I don't know if they're gonna fix it down the stretch.
Well, Minnesota's cooked. They're cooked. Don't even worry about them.
I think they can be back strong next year, but I don't think I just don't think this year. This is not their year. This year's not their year.
If they a playing team, they gonna come out the playing. I don't care if they 10 or 7. They're gonna come out of that. They got to get Gobert back. They got Julius Randle coming back and DiVincenzo. They've been playing decent ball. They lose a lot of close games, but when they full strength, I'm expecting to make some noise as far as them bottom tier teams.
So you got them coming out to play in Dallas. Will they get full strength? What about them?
They will be the 2 teams I picked because Golden State gonna be the 6th seed already.
Yeah, okay. Sure, that's gonna work because Phoenix is still trying to get their act together too. So everybody can't make the day.
And they just got smoked yesterday. Got smoked.
Mm-hmm.
We talk about defense. They whole team a defensive liability.
Just like Minnesota.
But they at least get Gobert back to block the paint. And I like the mentality of Randall, Shannon, and Edwards. You know what I mean? They got some of that grit.
Rudy,
but we'll see. That's the thing about it. You will see.
Rudy
won't be long either.
Rudy's a great defensive player in the regular season. Come postseason, he getting smoked, and we've seen it year after year after year. As we close up, man, let's go ahead and whip around these scores one more time. So the Bulls, their game is about to close. We've got the Bulls are up 40 burger.
Terrible.
Cute, man. Listen, Giddy, 25 and 16 and 6 helpers.
He had double at halftime.
Yeah, man. And he got 3 blocks and a steal to go with it. I'm loving it because he's on my fantasy squad. So Kevin Huerter, who the Bulls did acquire in that Zach LaVine deal, he's also had a great game. 23 and 4 on 8 of 12 shooting. Lonzo Ball's in the starting lineup as playing a win.
He's 7-11 from 3-point range. He having a cave night.
Cooking.
Herder is 7-11 from 3.
You got the
That's
start
like
tonight.
about what, 65%?
So yeah, he did. Yeah, looking decent tonight against those Sixers. So we will see the future.
Shame on the Sixers.
Shame on them. The future of the Bulls, Matas, who everybody is crowning. KD, Podcast P, and just to name a few, he has 17, 3 and 5. Not the greatest shooting day, 6 of 18 from the field and 1 from 7 from deep. But as I said, he is stamped as the future of the Bulls. Rounding out some of the other guys who had a great game. Dalen Terry, your boy, Q, your boy,
Dalen,
17 points, 6 of 8 from the field.
Future glue guy.
Future glue guy. You need
future
that.
glue guy.
You need that to win. You need that to win. He's Meg Thee Stallion's boyfriend. We need him to stay on the squad so we can keep her coming to the games. And my boy Kobe White rounding out the good guys from the day. 15 points, 5 boards, 6 assists. Not a great shooting night, but he did have 3 steals. For the Sixers, Tyrese Maxey, 28 minutes on the floor, but only 13 points, 30% from the field. Ugh, disgusting. This whole output, I did call him Podcast P, but he had 21, 50% from the line. 50% from the floor. Podcast P looking amazing in a regular season game. You know how he do. You know how
is that amazing?
Yeah, that's for Podcast P. It is. Podcast P, not playoff P. He gonna show up. He gonna show up in February. He gonna do his thing. Kelly Oubre, Doc, getting buckets and ducking charges. 19 points, 8 boards, another 50% shooting from the floor. Lonnie Walker, whatever's left of him, 3 points. Your boy June, Andre Drummond, 10 points, 8 boards. He's perfect from the line, 8 for 8. Wow. But anyway, the Bulls are about to close up this game. They are up 142 to 108. That is crazy talk, man. I can't even. We're gonna have to do a deep dive into this game later on in the week as we
go Nets. Go Nets.
Go Nets. And we're going to, in the last game that's happening right now, you got those Clippers are making a comeback, June.
I don't know what the score is.
It is a 5-point game, 93-98. What's what saying? The Pistons are still up right now by 5. You got them right here where you want them. Now it's 99-93. So Cade Cunningham just went to the free throw line. There's 1:26 left in the game. 2 possession game.
93.
Okay. All right. So it's gonna be a close game down the stretch. James Harden is not letting y'all get away from him. He's gonna keep shooting that thing, as you see, 5 for 21 from the floor. He's going for a triple double, 18 points, 11 boards, and 7 turnovers. Fingers crossed. Hope he gets that. But yeah, so hopefully the Pistons can hold on to this game and push them. What that would be the 7th straight win for you guys.
Yes.
What? All right.
Man, when the last time had a 7-game win streak?
That was a decade ago.
Wow. Okay.
Decade ago, 2015. The Pistons were no, were they? No, I don't think they were a playoff team in 2015.
No, but they hadn't won 6 games in over 10 years. So,
all right. And the Bulls are breaking their little streak. So everyone in the Central Division right now is going to have a green streak going on for themselves. So let's clap that up, guys. Good job, everyone. Good job, everyone. So where can we get the podcast, the post-game podcast? Where can we catch that at there, June?
You can catch the post-game podcast on Bleachers and Speakers on YouTube. And for your audio fix, all the aggregators, that's post-game podcast, FFSN, in your search. Those are platforms like Spotify, YouTube Music, Pandora, Apple Podcasts. Just type post-game podcast, FFSN, in your search. Make sure that notification bell is on. So when we drop content, you'll get an alert. Download those episodes.
Download indeed. Download, listen, erase, re-download, listen again, share with a friend. And definitely want to do that. You definitely want to follow that Bleach the Speakers YouTube channel, because this show will be broadcast there next week as Bleach the Speakers on YouTube. Tate, that's Rather Cavalier. Where can we get your podcast and information?
That's Rather Cavalier. Check it out wherever you listen to your audio podcast, be it Apple, Spotify, Google, Amazon, iHeart, wherever you listen to audio podcasts. Just go ahead and search FFSN. That's Rather Cavalier. Will come up. Talking about the Cavalier, I might be getting one of my co-hosts back. The dude Relly Hall is active again, Pay. So we'll see, what Relly got going on and maybe collaborate again. But yeah, you can check us out. Well, might be every week. It's definitely every third week on the Know It All's YouTube channel. When Pay showed me how to stream from other channels to my channel, then we're gonna be on something. We're gonna broadcast every week this show on the YouTube, and then you definitely check out on audio. So yeah, that's where you check us out. That's Rather Cavalier, 47-10 right now, 7-game win streak. Win streaks of 15, 12, currently 7. Tomorrow night, hopefully it goes to 8, and we can have 3 separate, because we got to beat Boston, 3 separate double-digit game win streaks.
Q, what we got coming up for the Frustrated Chicago Sports Fan channel?
We got football combine is coming up, so we're going to be reviewing that. One of the most exciting times of the year for me personally. I love the combine. I love the new influx of talent into the league, though. That's the highlight of the offseason for me. Going to be reviewing some free agency moves soon, so big things coming up for football in general and Bears specifically.
And also on the Frustrated Chicago Sports Fan channel, you can always catch all of the Chicago sports teams. I was just at spring training watching the Cubs. I got some content coming up that's going to be uploaded for that. They dogged out the White Sox. They had them 5-0 at the bottom of the second. So there will be some Sox content. There will be some Cubs content. And, Blackhawk season is still going on too. And Angel Reese doing her thing with Unrivaled. We
definitely got to cover Angel Reese. Got to cover Angel.
There will be an episode dropping for that on Thursday at the Frustrated Chicago Sports Fan channel. Get it wherever you get your podcast. That's iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Pandora, YouTube Music, or wherever else. Guys, it's been a great show. I can't wait to do this again next week. Also, like I said, follow Bleachers and Speakers. That's where we'll be broadcasting live from next Monday, as we talk more about the Central Division. Until next time, fellas. Peace. Thanks for listening to this latest edition from the Frustrated Chicago Sports Fan channel. Whether you listen to this on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or watching on YouTube, make sure you like, subscribe, share with a friend, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a drop. And all my homies from Chicago, we say 3 things: bear down, go Cubs go, and sell the team, Jerry. Thanks for listening to this